hello, and welcome back to Happy Mail Monday. If you're new here, hello. If you're new here, articulation. If you are new here, hello. I'm Silvernex, your fluffy zine enthusiast, hanging out in rural Australia and showing you the amazing and awesome and often zine and zine-related mail that has landed in my post box over the past week. So hi. Oh my goodness me, I am a bit tired. I'm starting this a little bit later than anticipated as well. I saw a meme or something of some sort. I can't even remember what platform I saw it on, but it was something like souvlaki is a love language. So yes, I'm starting this after lunch. And I had souvlaki and I'm happy. Souvlaki makes me happy. Anyway, so hi, a little bit of tidbit of information there that you didn't need, but here we are, and welcome to Happy Mail Monday. So, oh my goodness me, I hope I don't look as tired as I feel. But feeling tired seems to be a perpetual state for me, so here we go. If I have a bit of a, if I fall into a bit of a southern thing, a southern tone of voice, I do apologize. I've had this show on in the background while I've been writing. Yay, I've been writing. And it all centers around about Kentucky area. And that drawl has gotten into my head, and I get echolalia. It's easier to resist when I don't like someone or something, but when I like someone or something, oh my goodness, it is hard to resist the echolalia. Echolalia, if you're not familiar, is you can't help but mimic the way someone speaks. And so yes, if I get a little bit Kentucky or I get a little bit drawl going on, I do not mean any offense. It is taking me a lot more brain power than you might think to not do that right now. It's one of those weird things. Yeah, I only really discovered it when I came to Australia, and there was this really, really lovely Greek lady, and I kept slipping into her accent, and I didn't mean to. I'm not mocking anybody. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody, nor am I trying to be anybody. It's just if I hear an accent or something that I like, I can't really help it. And it's a good show. It's called Justified. Apparently there's a reboot of it. I'm watching the old one. It is rough. There's crime, there's murder and mayhem and all sorts of things. It is not a fluffy la show. But yeah, I have been watching / listening to it a lot. So yeah, if I slip a bit of a drawl in there, I do apologize. I'm trying very hard to just sound like myself and not like anybody on that show. Oh my goodness. So yeah, learn something new every day, I guess, if you hadn't have heard of echolalia before. There's other kinds as well. There's echolalia, but there's some other kinds of lalias out there where you mimic, but you can't help but mimic. I want to say it's an urge, but it's not. I'll catch myself. I will do it and not think about it. So anyway, randomness. Now you know. We learn something every day. So hello, and hello once more. If you hear any bird chirping or breezes or anything, I do have the window open. It became officially spring on Friday, and well, we've had some spring-like weather peeking through. I love spring. I love the sunshine after all of the clouds of winter and all of that good stuff. So yeah, I am all about it, and I'm all about opening the windows as soon as I can tolerate the temperature and it doesn't get too cold. But yeah, so I will try not to stare out the sunshine, because I've been doing that a lot. Just look out the window. I'm like, it's sunny. I'm definitely a solar powered kitten here. I used to identify very much as a night owl, but there's nothing that gets me more relaxed or makes me feel more creative than a good sunny day. Anyway, the rambles are coming in strong today, and strong and many. Oh, goodness. So hi and welcome and all of that good stuff. If you are new here, rambles are part and parcel of the Happy Mail Monday experience. I do keep meaning to do like timestamps, so if you sent something and you just be like, okay, I just want you to open my mail and then I'll be done with it. I keep on meaning to do timestamps, but I always forget. So I do apologize for that. I will try to do that in the future, but goodness knows I do not even have a post-it note near me right now, so if I do not write it down, I will likely forget, but I will try to remember. And you will notice the ring light bringing some additional light to the situation, so I hope that's not the reflection of that in my glasses isn't too distracting. Anywho, oh goodness me, I feel like I'm just not awake yet. I'll probably feel awake about the time it's time to go to bed, but that's just the way things are at the moment. Speaking of, thank you again very much to everybody who has shared and otherwise supported my GoFundMe to get a CPAP machine. I am so looking forward to the ways I know it could change my life, and then discovering all the ways it will change my life. So, oh goodness, I've actually developed a bit of anxiety around. Like, I used to love sleep. Sleep was my jam. But I've actually have a bit of anxiety about going to sleep now, knowing that for more than half the time. For more than half the minutes of each hour, I am squirreling around or just not breathing, or yeah. So bring on the machine sooner rather than later, that's for sure. Okay, so enough with the admin stuff, right? Let us get on with the getting on as far as mail goes, because we have new friends and old friends sending mail here today, and I've made a bit of a zine, a new friend old friend sandwich, so the new friends can be hugged by old friends. Anyway, you'll understand what I'm talking about, because right now I will start with mail from the one, the only, the Billy the Bunny. Insert applause here. I'm not that not that good with, I do all my video editing and everything like that, so maybe I'll find some sort of sound effects and I can start injecting things like applause and whatnot. But or maybe I'll win the lottery and get a video editor. That'd be nice. It'd be nice to do, but it'd also be nice to be able to help fund somebody else. So anyway, so Billy the Bunny, I have mentioned him so many times. I probably mentioned him more than pretty much anybody, because of the life update newsletters that we exchange. Now, I haven't done my missives in a long time, but Billy has been keeping on with his series, The Desert Sun, and the one before that was what was the one before that? I have them all here. I have a special little drawer just for my life update newsletters, because I like to keep them in here. But let's see. It's been The Desert Sun for a couple of years after East Coast Adventures, because Billy used to live on the East Coast of the U.S. and now he moved to Albuquerque. And so we have The Desert Sun. Sorry, I got a little distracted with all this stuff. See, I want to get more organized, because I feel like this isn't reverent enough for all of the awesome life update newsletters I enjoy. Life update newsletters are the one thing that I will never review, just because I feel like as a reviewer, you need one section. Like if you review books, you should have like one genre or one author whose books you will never review. So you can have a reading without expectation of review, something other that you can just relax with. Anyway, wow, am I rambling? Oh my goodness me. All the rambles are happening today. But anyway, so the Desert Sun, which, oh my goodness, we're on issue 48 already, which means that's 4 years. That is 4 years. Goodness me. Because unlike me, Billy keeps up and he writes the Desert Sun every single month. Oh my goodness me. So very, very cool. We have, hello everyone, happy July. Well, end of July. Man, I feel like all I've talked about this month is how hot it is. And so we have 100, 101. Yeah, I get you. That's you're getting up into Australian numbers there. Like that's pretty warm. When we get up to the 104s is when it's like, ugh, yeah, this is pretty gross. At least that's around here, that's what it's like. Phoenix was over 110 degrees. Now that is pretty spicy. And yes, I know Phoenix is hot. Albuquerque is hot. It gets hot every year, but it's usually not hot for this long. Okay. Our house has an old, outdated swamp cooler, which is essentially just a giant fan that pulls air through water-soaked pads. It will usually cool the house down 10 to 20 degrees. So if it's 90 outside, it'll be 70 or 75 inside. But when it's over 100, the water on the pads is evaporating more than normal. It really only cools the house about 10 degrees. So 100 outside, 90 inside. Oof, I couldn't do that. I remember when we had the 3 days of like 110 or something. It was before some big fires over in Victoria, and I just packed ice packs back of the neck, in my armpits, and I slept with ice packs. And I still about cried myself to sleep. It was just so hot and so hard to sleep with it like that. Oof, I feel for you. So we have some continued problem. Your word of the day, Virga. Okay. Virga is a type of rain that we've been getting a lot, or actually not getting. Virga rain is when you see the clouds in the sky and then it starts to rain, but then the rain evaporates before hitting the ground. Ooh, goodness me. I think my friend Black Wolf was talking about that because she lives in the desert. Celebrate the good times. Beautiful people still exist. Aw, that's it's always good to find out. Be happy when you can. For example, Alicia's sister Teresa came by for a visit recently along with her kid Eli. Eli is now as tall as me, so there's another disaster we all need to address. Why are the teenagers always taller than me, and what the heck? Anyway. See, I have the opposite thing. At least around here, like most I wouldn't say most people, but most women or female presenting people are usually shorter than me around here, at least in Murray Bridge, and I always feel like a bit of an awkward giant around here. So I welcome a tall person. That's for sure. But anyway, July 15th was our 2-year house anniversary. Cool. And we said we were going to have a party like we said last year, but we didn't. Oh, we had a few random stop-ins, which was great. Oh, that's cool. So, I mean, if you're not familiar, that's the sort of thing that is in a life update newsletter. Just randoms going on, like how the weather's been, what's been on your mind, what's been happening in your life, that sort of thing. I've heard people say, oh, my life is so boring. My life is... Listen, I had and have Mrs. from Murray Bridge, and I've been doing it. I've done it off and on for like 5 years or something like that. And I am someone who doesn't know many people in person, who doesn't do much, who spends most of her time at home or in the yard, like not talking to other human beings and just contemplating the nature of the universe. So I really dislike the whole if I can do it, anybody can. So I'm not going to say that because I have problems with that saying. and I can get into that another time if you're curious. But so I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like it is what you make of it, and I love it. I love no matter what people do with their life update newsletters. I encourage everyone to make them because nobody is living life like you're living life, and you have a perspective to offer the world. So that is Billy. Billy is always doing stuff: zines, books, music, video. He's a zine tuber as well. All this stuff. I will have his link to his website and YouTube channel and stuff like that down in the bits and bobs for you to check out, and I highly recommend it. Hi Billy. It's only taken me 18 minutes to say hi Billy, or however long it's going to end up being after editing, but hi Billy. Thank you so much for sending along the next issue of the Desert Sun. I am still on hiatus from any sort of zine trades or anything like that because of the cost of the CPAP that I'm still trying to figure out how to get a CPAP ASAP. Lots of acronyms, but anyway. But I do plan on making zines in the meantime, so when I can get back to zine trades and stuff like that, if I owe people zines, they will get a nice pack of zines. At least that's the plan. I'm guessing you hear that, so I do apologize. Anyway, so yes, hi Billy, and thank you for sending that along to me. And with spring comes allergies, that is for sure. My goodness me. I should have taken a Telfast today. So we have our old friend Billy, which means we start on the new zine friend part of the lovely zine sandwich, or Happy Mail sandwich. I'm assuming we got some zines in here because this person got in contact on Instagram, and so we have Joe Lado, and I do ever so love some wordplay, including but not limited to puns and rhyming. And here we have Joe Lado. 1-800 I felt okay. That's a cool sticker. I wonder if I can there's a thing they have in the States. I think it's called Undo or something. It's some sort of liquid that you can use to peel up your stickers and then move them to another place. And I've kind of thought, it might be nice if I could find something like that over here, because then I could take stickers off the lovely envelopes people say, because y'all know I love my stickers. And yes, that one was intentional as far as the accent goes, but yes, I do love my stickers, and I love sticking them all over. Oh goodness. And Joe was very kind to not only send one, but an extra one for me to give away. So sorry about that. Again, echolalia. One to give away. So thank you very much. It's very cool. Kind of got that. Is that hollow? Yeah, holographic thing going on in the back. I Felt Okay by Joe Lado. Cool. And as you know, and as I mentioned whenever it comes up, if you send me business cards, stickers, or anything else like that, I will keep one for me, because I'm like that, and I put stickers all over my stuff, including but not limited to my zine planner thing, which I have right over here, but I can't quite reach it, so I won't do that. But all of the cover of that, I have zine stickers, so thank you for that. Woo! Yay, stickers! I could definitely do a whole thing just like sticker openings. And so we have a note. Love a note. Love a note. And I also have this here. Woo. All right. Hey, Silver, thank you so much for considering my zine for review. The Art of Magic, Joe Lado. Of course. Of course. Oh, goodness. The camera in red. I think they're having a bit of a conflict. This is not wanting to show up very well, is it? But very cool. I like it. Awesome. So what do we have here? We have a glossy zine, and this is glossy zine of poetry. Yes. Please forgive my my brain for not remembering. Sorry. Oh goodness. See, there you go. You already know I'm because I'm right into it. So we have this. It's a single page folded, full color, nice bit of gloss to it, to the edge printing, which I like to note. Very cool. And I'm sorry for my phone camera because it's not really doing it justice. Like the red does not pop that much in your face. It's very more subtle. Everything's more flat to it. But yeah, my camera's just not playing nice today. And we have an about on the back. 1-800-I-FELT-OK is an illustrated leaflet that explores a single poem called Somehow I'm Okay. It's an homage to that soda we loved so much in the 90s with the crack of a can. Psst. Ledo takes us back to high school. Oh my goodness, a time of mixed flavors and mixed emotions. That's understating it. Touching on the anxieties of finding a seat in the cafeteria or a date to the prom. Inside you will also find a prize, a recipe to recreate the legendary drink yourself. Oh, all the illustrations are done in stick figure style. When asked why, Ledo explained, in high school, my art teacher Cheryl Adams showed me an illustrated book with simple stick figures. I was blown away by the emotion and feeling that could be conveyed by a schematic art style. It gave me hope that if I was not as good as Rembrandt, I could still express myself. It reminds me of when Eugene Berger said that there is good magic at every skill level. Yay! Love that show. That must be true of art as well. I always wanted to do something with stick figures because I think their value is underrated. I agree. It is also thematically made sense to use an innocent style to draw back on memories of high school. So if you want a taste of the past and some poetry to read on a grassy field in the sunshine, get a free copy while supplies last. Oh, goodness. Now, if I were, if I could figure out all the bits and bobs to it, I would go outside and read this in the grass in the sunshine. But I'm here now, and I can show you this. I want to, because it's a one page, I won't show the inside just, because those would be like all the peaks and a big peak all at once. But somehow I'm okay. Now, I've mentioned, and I actually mentioned to Joe that, like, poetry is not my forte. I'm not good at poetry. I haven't studied poetry. Poetry is like fine art to me. I like what I like, and I don't like what I don't like, and I struggle to articulate the difference between. But that said, Joe was still kind enough to send the zine my way, and I do appreciate it. Let's see that. There might be in some American food shops, but there's no but by and large, there's no Dr. Pepper over here, I don't think, so I won't be able to recreate the soda recipe. But that's okay. I'm not much of a soda drinker anyway. But oh goodness, I like this, and I do like the stick figure. Not only because of the intentions as mentioned here in the about, but also just stick figures are the whole, I can't draw. Can you draw a stick figure? Okay, and then you draw a stick figure. Yeah, you can draw. What you're saying is you don't think you can draw well enough, and everybody can draw a stick, all that stuff. Anyway, I like what stick figures represent in terms of like lowering your self expectations and just doing expressing yourself how you can express yourself. I mean, you don't have to use stick figures, but stick figures are damn good. And I've used a great many stick figures in my time, let me tell you. Oh, this is cool. Oh, the high school cafeteria. Oh my goodness. I have a lot of memories from high school. Like, not only was I pretty much all of the nerds, except the sporty nerds for some reason, I don't know. For some complicated reasons, some not less complicated reasons, I wasn't like on the sports teams, but I was in band and marching band and jazz band and I think concert band, and I was all of the nerds. I acted, I did tech stuff, I wrote and directed one of the plays and all of that stuff. Choir, sure there was another choir. all of this stuff. I was a lot of the nerds in high school, let me tell you. So, yeah. So, yeah. Oh, goodness. This is bringing up a lot of memories. Oh, prom night. I missed one of my proms. And I'm pretty sure in some high schools, prom is only for one grade level, but I went to a small school, and so you could go to prom every single year in high school, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. I missed my 11th. I missed my junior year because I was having a bit of it wasn't a fight or anything, but it was a bit of a growl, and I didn't have time for wishy-washy even then. So I decided to schedule to get my wisdom teeth extracted instead of going to the prom. Yeah, I may be sweet, but I can be salty. Sure. Oh my goodness, so I'm so sorry. I'm reminiscing about my high school years, but okay, so I will give you a little bit of peek. Somehow I'm okay, and you can see a little peek of the here. But yes, it is an examination of the poem I Am Somehow I'm Okay. Homage to that soda we loved so much in the 90s. Oh my goodness. So, thank you, Joe. Oh my goodness. I'm a trifle embarrassed to go down that nostalgia road, but I couldn't help myself. I was just thinking about it and thinking about sodas and proms and high school cafeterias, and my goodness me, I just went right down that road. So I'm sorry, Joe. But thank you very much. Of course, as always, I will have all details in the bits and bobs. So if the mere mention of sodas and high school cafeterias has you feel nostalgic as well, definitely check out Joe's stuff, or just check out Joe's stuff anyway and say hello to a new zine friend and new zine friend to the channel and all that stuff like that. I'm always very grateful for people sending mail my way and all that good stuff. And of course, stickers are always very appreciated as well. So thank you, and hello, and lovely to video meet you, even though we have chat a little bit on Instagram. Hello. hello, and thank you for sending your zine my way. Another happy mail, another bunch of rambles. I have closed the door a little bit because the motorcycles are running around, and there are a lot of people around here who have motorcycles, so sorry about all the noise. I was very much in my nostalgia zone and didn't hear it until I stopped talking. But yes, I've closed the window now. Hopefully give us a little bit of peace from all those rumbling engines and everything. Rumbling motors. Okay, so my goodness. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. There's just sometimes when I feel like I'm missing the beat to my very own drum, and I just feel discombobulated. But I'm always excited to see mail from new zine friends, new to Happy Mail Monday, new to you perhaps as well. So yes, and that's why I always make sure to have all the goodness in the bits and bobs. And speaking of course, I will have them in the bits and bobs for another new zine friend who got in contact on Instagram. I know that there are a lot of bad things to say about Instagram and all that stuff, but I still like Instagram. Very much a visual person and like the ease of use for the app. So that's definitely a good place to get a hold of me, that or email basically. So this comes also from the US of A, and that came from the US, didn't it? Let's see. Just double checking, I'm almost certain. But yes, that came from the US, and this comes from a new zine friend in the US as well. Oh, goodness me. Alright, let's see. I want to be careful. I don't want to rip anything that might not be for ripping. Oh, goodness me. So, dun, dun, dun. If I can get out of the envelope. Okay, we almost missed the note, but always check the envelope. I swear, like after that one time it happened where I missed the note in the envelope, never again. Anyway, this comes all the way from the USA, and it is Porch Beers, courtesy of Elliot. Thank you for trading zines for me. I hope you enjoy issue 5 of Porch Beers. Elliot, and guess what's going on my desk? I love it. It's colorful. And who doesn't like being told they're awesome? So yes, this comes from Elliot of Porch Beers. This is issue 5, Radically and Unapologetically Queer. And there we go. Porch Beers Press Production. See, I'm going into that drawl again. I'm sorry. Can't seem to help myself. And I'll keep this up in frame here. Issue number 5, January-February 2023. After a couple years of making zines, I feel like a real zinester now for this next bit. Sorry for the delays in getting issue 5 out. I had fully intended for this to come out in October in time for Huntington's Pride Festival, but as it is wont to do, life and my mental health got in the way. I was at a point where even thinking about writing filled me with dread, and opening my laptop gave me a jolt of panic. I was burnt out, so I took a much needed break. I filled my time with friends, family, and a move to a bigger apartment, and slowly my mojo started returning. A combination of a magical night at Lost Creek Farm Supper Club and the joy of the aforementioned Pride Fest, I finally found myself wanting to write again. So in the words of the great philosopher Ordinary Sausage, here we go. Oh my goodness me. There's so many things I can say and have said in terms about, like, it's okay to take breaks, and burnout's a real thing, and you need to have that time as a creator to refill your own well. And even though the world at large says go, 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 content, that's just not healthy or doable for the large part of the population. Probably not possible for any of the population. Unless, like, you have a team or something like that. But anyway, so there's going to be a hefty CW list for this one. I talk about the great parts of being LGBTQ, but also the rougher aspects: homophobia, transphobia, misgendering, being disowned by my dad, mental health, death, suicide. I'm a critic of both capitalism and Christianity, much more prevalently than in previous issues. I hate that so much of the content about being gay and trans out there is a trauma-palooza, but it'd also be disingenuous to have this just be sunshine and lollipops. 2022's Pride is long past, despite my month you celebrate it in. 2022's Pride Month is long past, despite the month you celebrate it in, but being queer and trans never goes out of style. In fact, January is just good a month to launch this bad boy. Maybe your resolutions include things like transition goals, new dating criteria, coming out, or new activism efforts. Whatever your 2023 looks like, make it unapologetically you. Oh, that's lovely. Talk about strong beginning. Getting right into it. And so we have Porch Beers Press issue 5. Given I just read it all, I'll show you the style. I like this. I'm seeing more of the Dymo label maker labels making a return in zines and art, and I am loving it because I have been doing it myself. So I love it. And we have a collage style, black and white, all sorts of things. Hi, I'm Elliot. Hi, Elliot. I live in Huntington, West Virginia with my partner Lenny and 3 cats and a turtle named Picasso. That's awesome. A good chunk of my childhood was spent rewinding and rewatching the scene in Lion King where Nathan Lane does a drag hula. Hula! I remember. And people were still shocked when I came out. Oh my goodness. So we have Pride in the Jewel City. Jewel? Excuse me. I don't know if I'm articulating that very well. Oh goodness. So we have a primarily text, but on a nice background. Oh goodness me. Queer joy. Queer country. Oh goodness me. It is a chunky zine too. You can find porch beers at the Red Caboose, Book Tenders, Wasted Ink, Zine Distro, Neither Nor Distro. Neither Nor is still going. Oh my goodness. For some reason, I didn't think Neither Nor was still going. That's awesome. And Wasted Ink, Zine Distro, rock on. I do think Wasted Ink is an awesome zine distro in the States. Requiem for a Mock Funeral. Woo! And see, like, I like all the backgrounds because this is very much like how I would usually do my Persian style too. Like each section gets its own different background. Sadness or Euphoria, Billy Joel, Queer Joy, and Taking Down Fascism. Well, I'm a fan of Billy Joel, so you got me there. I hope this isn't like Billy Joel's done something bad because I don't actually know about celebrities. I just know, like songs, so I am very sorry if I just got in trouble by saying I like Billy Joel. I don't know. I don't pay attention to the news by choice. Cool. And then we have a playlist as well. And as I've mentioned many times, I love a playlist. I love a reading list. I love all the things. I love it when zines invite me to go beyond the zine, should I so choose. When they require it is one thing, but like this is just like bonus content should you so decide, and I do quite like that a lot in zines. So we have all sorts of things here. Porch Beers Press Catalog, number 1 Fandom, 2 WV. Ah, cool. Very cool all around. A nice chonky one too. Hello Elliot, thank you so much for getting in touch on Instagram. I'm very much I don't want to say it. Like, there are some possible things I could be diagnosed for in terms of my mental status and how I am organized and not organized in my life, but it takes a large sum of money to get that officially diagnosed, so I won't say so. All I will say is that I appreciate it, and I know it's probably very selfish of me, but I appreciate when people approach me about zine trades and stuff like that. Again, I can't do that right now because the cost of a CPAP is a lot. But so this trade was done back in July, I believe. But yes, I do appreciate it when people come to me and stuff like that because, like, I'm very much, my mind is a sieve, my memory. I'd like to achieve goldfish status for my memory and all that stuff. So thank you, Elliot. Hello, welcome. And hello, nice to video meet you, having Instagram met you, and all that stuff. And thank you for sending that along. It's nice chunky monkey on a zine, and I like it. Radically and unapologetically queer. I like that. Sometimes I get a little intimidated by some zine because they're like, also, you know, radically and unapologetically, but sometimes the tone of the writing is a bit angry as well, and I don't do well with anger just because of personal issues. So but this didn't come across as angry. It's just, it came across as I am what I am, kind of. And here are some content warnings should you so need them. So thank you very, very much for all of that, and for the lovely note. Thank you. And pleasure to trade with you, and pleasure to video meet you. Oh my goodness me. Anyway, so thank you very much once more. And last but never least, we have an old zine friend, Ken, the one and only Ken Bossert, one of my earliest zine friends, one of my first, if not the first zine trade I've ever made, and that was over a decade ago at this point. Oh my goodness me, how time flies. But yes, Ken Bossert, the one, the only, the amazing Ken Bossert of the Ken Chronicles, which is now number 68. Goodness me. When did we start trading? I think I would have to check because I don't even want to try to guess the first Ken Chronicles that I reviewed, but it was lovely. So here we go. The Ken Chronicles is a long-running Persian scene by the aforementioned Ken Bossert. It is awesome. It has inspired me in so many ways. I've told this story a few times, but when I first got into zines, I was very much I need to research everything about a thing before I allow myself to try to make a thing. And before I made my first Perzine, the Ken Chronicles was part of my zine research to get to know what I liked and didn't like about Perzines. And I pretty much liked everything about the Ken Chronicles. So, a reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The person who never reads lives only one. George R.R. Martin. Oh, I love that. Love that quote. So this is just... I love the setup. Ken's Perzine series is very much like a life update newsletter, just expanded. Like, there are photos, what's going on in Ken's life. Ken travels between New York and Florida, I believe. New York the state, not the city. But so there's a lot of day-to-day things, and I love it. But one of the things I love the most is input and feedback. People write to Ken about his previous issues, and Ken writes writes the responses in the next issue of the Ken Chronicles, and I absolutely adore that. I would love to do that. I would love to get that going at some point somehow in the zine. It would be so much fun. But let's see, I'll get the technicals here. The Ken Chronicles are published quarterly or on or about the first months of January, May, August, and November by Ken Bossert. As the name implies, it's all about me, my life, travels, opinion, and philosophy. The entire contents are copyright 2022 Ken Bossert, otherwise noted, or unless otherwise noted. A single issue is $4 cash, post paid to the U.S., or a fair trade, or a letter of comment. And again, that's a great way to get some rapport going with people, some back and forth and all that good stuff. Wow, I don't know where you are as you're reading this last issue, but it's been hot and humid over here at the Ken Chronicles Publishing headquarters for most of June and July. I've got some old air conditioning units in here that thankfully are still working well, and they've been put on overtime lately. I've heard from our neighbors in our condo community in Florida that it's actually been worse down there. Oh, goodness me. I paid a visit to Quinby's zine shop in Brooklyn after we returned from Florida, bringing over my latest, at the time, issue and browsing to see what new things I could find. Traffic on Long Island ever since the pandemic apparently ended has been brutal, so it's not much fun driving anymore. Then they installed speed cameras on most of the streets in New York's 5 boroughs, so you've got to be careful you don't go too fast. I've tried to get this one done early since Ro and I have a bit of traveling as well as some doctor's appointments to do this month, so it should get mailed out before August 1st. Thanks to everyone who has sent me their latest zines and letters of comment. I always appreciate those because it lets me know that somebody's actually reading these things. So without further delay, let's get into it. Okay, so that's the introduction, and as you can see, the input and feedback. And then we have people, places, and things that aren't there anymore. Oh. Billy Joel Award. Now, there's a mention of Billy Joel in here too. Maybe there's some Billy Joel happening in the universe, and I need to get in touch. Piano Man is one of the reasons I learned. I'm self-taught piano player, and I wanted to learn Piano Man, of course. But anyway, and so yeah, the hot tub part 1 out with the old, the hot tub part 2 in with the new. Oh goodness, hot tub. I've never actually been in a hot tub. Is it cool, or is it like a small swimming pool with jets? Let me know in the comments. Have you ever been in a hot tub? Have you ever not been in a hot tub? Am I a weirdo for never having been in a hot tub? Or is this just like one of those things that some people do and some people don't? I'm very curious. So we have the hot tub, and then we have oh goodness, I am so sorry, that one really snuck up on me. What I've been blank lately, and then we have what I've been watching, what I've been reading books, and what I've been reading in zines. Ooh, last night at the casino. And manifesting. Oh my goodness. It's so funny. One of the things I absolutely adore in all of my time doing this, like seeing when people who didn't know each other, I know person A, I know person B, and I love it when person A connects to person B for whatever reason. And I just love it. So it's so cool to see Billy's zine, Night at the Casino, as well as Jen of Three Cheers Publishing, her zine in here, mentioned in here as well. So cool. Love it, love it, love it. Anyway. Updates, oddities, and random thoughts. Life's the beach. And I just love this too, and I love that. And here's feedback and input and feedback continued as well. And I just love it because, like, since I got to know Ken, as I said, over a decade ago, like, these have been not Life's a Beach, but the what I've been blank lately, and the updates, oddities, and random thoughts, like, those have been staples of this scene the whole time. Now I'm all for evolution and changing and all kinds, like, you know, it's your zine, you do what you want with it, and I appreciate it. Whatever way, it's your zine, whatever way you want to, direction you want to take it in, that's cool with me. I'm not anyone's gatekeeper. I'm not sitting here being like, I mean, I do review scenes, but mostly to be like, hey, have you seen this? Because it's amazing. I don't put up negative zines. I don't put up negative reviews. Anyway, so I like the consistency. I do appreciate, like, maybe it's a getting older thing, because I do appreciate more and more as I'm getting older, but I do appreciate the consistency. I do like seeing that, you know, it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's good for Ken too, because you can see, oh man, you know, 10 years ago I was reading this book, or that sort of thing. Like, I like it. So anyway, I don't know if I'm making any sense. I am probably not, and that's why I should probably wrap everything up. So anyway, hi, goodness. Thank you so much to Ken. Thank you so much to Elliot. Thank you so much to Joe. And thank you so much to Billy for sending me amazing zine mail. I'm greatly appreciative. I think I was just telling Joe the other day on Instagram, like, I get a little bit nervous sometimes. I have, like, low-key anxiety most of the time, because I do feel very grateful and lucky to be able to do this. I feel grateful and lucky that people send me mail to show off here on the old zine tube, and and yeah, I always got low-key anxiety that something's gonna just come along and take it all away, because, like, I like doing this and everything like that, but it only exists because of all of you. Like, if I didn't get any mail, what would I be opening? I mean, I don't know. Anyway, let's hope that I never find that out. So thank you all to those who sent me mail. Thank you to everybody who sits and listens to these Happy Mail Mondays. Thank you to everybody who's been commenting lately. It's lovely to see people popping up in the comment section with this, that, and the other thing. I know things have been a little bit draggy just because of all the CPAP stuff and everything like that, but the closer I get to a machine, the closer I get to, you know, putting my health right on the correct track and having more energy to do more things. So thank you to everyone. I appreciate your thoughtfulness, your patience, and just your time. Time is a very precious thing, and that you're giving, even if it's I'm just in the background doing things, talking while you're cleaning or whatever, I still appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you a million times over. So until next time, make some zines, have some fun. May the air conditioners be with you if you are very hot, and may the sunshine be with you if you are enjoying coming into spring like I am. And so yeah, until next time, spread a little sunshine. And now we come to the little after bits section that comes courtesy of the idea from cameraman Ed, and that is today is brought to you by this washi tape. Now I'll show off this baby here, because as you can see, this is a landscape type washi. Now, last week I was talking about tissue versus more plasticky tape, which I definitely do like. Whereas last week was very much a tissue tape, paper tape. Sometimes you'll see those used interchangeably with washi tape. So it's very much about texture for me. This is more toward the plasticky side, but it's not plastic, but it's definitely a bit more sturdy. It doesn't have quite as much texture as last week's washi tape. But as you can see, it is also foiled. You'll find that some washi tapes have foiled accents, and I have some more washi tapes with foiled accents that I'm very excited to show you. This one in particular came from Mumsy and Bub, and I just love it. Like the surface, though it is, like I said, the sturdiness is more on the plasticky side. It's still very soft. This is like a smooth like butter, I tell you. It's very gorgeous, and it is a repeating pattern, but if I recall, sometimes when you have a repeating pattern on your washi tape, you'll see a line where the pattern ends and then starts again. But this one, I don't believe there's a clear line for that. It just is pretty seamless. But anyway, so here we go. Now something like this, when it's a landscape, and especially because it doesn't have that firm like break line, I would very much use this in my planner. Again, most of my washi tape I use in my planner or like on the backs of mail that I'm sending. But this is not something I usually just like use a little bit of. Like if I have a whole bottom of a page to cover, then I'd use this sort of landscape type thing. Now I'll try to actually stay put and not move around so much while I talk. So you can see there, and yeah, you got a bit of the foiling happening. Sometimes when you get foiling, it's a bit more pronounced. This one's very much like the whole thing is very smooth, very buttery feel. This particular washi tape came from Mumsy and Bub like months ago, and I believe they have closed since, which is unfortunate. So I don't know if you can get this exact pattern anywhere. Like I said, I've had it for months, but which is a shame, because it is a very good, nice quality washi. And I do in terms of washi tape, I do love like stars and night skies and mountains and things like that. So yeah, that is this week's washi tape. Thank you once again to cameraman Ed for the idea of showing off a washi tape in the end bits and bobs of these videos. I will probably at some point grab all the end bits and maybe make a washi tape introduction type compendium or something like that. But until then, thank you once more for watching and all of that good stuff. And thank you for for the enthusiasm for me rambling on about washi goodness. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go get a coffee.